Welcome to episode 3 of Hoop Talk Fanatics. I am here with Chris Cohen, my co-host, and we got some serious conversations to dive into about this Ben Simmons situation that has blasted social media the last hour and a half or something, and it's been a hectic start to the afternoon on the East Coast, and I'm just lost of words of what Ben Simmons is really going through, and I just think that I'm surprised that the NBA didn't suspend him for more than a game, because looking at this situation, it seems like he should be suspended for at least 4 to 6 weeks or something. But I'm just surprised that it's actually just one day.
That's true. I don't see how Ben Simmons steps foot in that facility again, though.
Mhm.
I don't think he's playing a game. This is going to be
Yeah.
tough to come back from. Like, especially with, like social media has been blowing up. The fans, Ben Simmons is going through a lot mentally or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to hate on the man, but like, it's there's no way. Like, you have to show more respect when you're like at your job. Like, I get you don't want to be there, but like just little things, like all we see is like small clips from practice. So like we're not actually there. So
Yeah.
like I saw a video of him, he was dribbling a basketball during a huddle where the team's
Mhm.
talking, and like that's blatant disrespect. And that's something high school coaches, middle school coaches don't put up with. Like, but he gets this. I saw the video of, apparently he had his phone in his pocket. Who knows what it was, but either way, he didn't look ready to practice. Like
Yeah.
people were like, he just seemed like he showed up, threw some clothes on and went, or he's going through the motion. Like, I don't know, but like, I'm not trying to hate on him too much with that, but like
Yeah.
just things like that, he doesn't want to be there, and the team knows it. Doc Rivers seems fed up with it as well, and just like it's just like, especially Joel Embiid's comments. He mentioned about like their job not to babysit Ben Simmons essentially, and
Mhm.
like Joel Embiid's not afraid to be critical to his teammates. Or like he's not going to call them out though. But like when I could tell in just that short, the little media stint. You may have watched more than I saw, but he just really seems fed up. And the one aspect that he kind of talked about is he really likes where their team chemistry is at,
Mhm.
even with all this drama. And I feel like that's going to be super important. And that I feel like he's being honest. I think they're in a really good spot, like because like they've really had the bond together and kind of ignore all this drama. And I think they're ready to go. And this is going to continue to be a story for them for as long as he's in Philly, probably even after he's gone, wherever he may go. So like it's going to be something they got to roll with. But Embiid and this team's ready to go, I think, and
Mhm.
it's going to be interesting to see how they fill that point guard role.
Like, I just hearing Doc Wilbur speak a couple minutes ago, uh, he just hasn't. He just like he can't uh, have the time to take the time to uh, talk about this situation for a while, and he wants to move on and get this team going for tomorrow night in New Orleans. And I absolutely agree with what he had to say, um, and as well as Joel Embiid spoke as well, and he's absolutely fed up about it, and and I think I really don't see him coming back to the facility to practice. I think I think this is a sign of him being out of Philly very soon. I'm just curious to see if they demand a trade or actually keep him and surprise everyone. And it's just gut wrenching to see this happen. And I think that every single Philadelphia sports fan right now is feeling what I'm feeling. And it's just so so disappointing, and really it's terrible.
It it is like because Philly sports fans are known for being very very nice to their players. I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll get a warm welcome whenever he comes back. But
I
no,
mean
like
I mean it would be
he,
a great time for him to come back on Friday night against Brooklyn in Philly. So
he I don't know
that
if he could handle
that would
that.
have been
That'd be
that,
tough. He'd
that,
get booed more than the Nets players probably.
I mean, yeah, it's very hard to tell at the moment. I just think that he might be at the practice facility maybe Thursday if he comes back, but
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not seeing him
Yeah.
being there tomorrow.
I would envision the team asking him to stay away.
Hmm.
I feel like that's the most likely scenario because he's
Yeah.
not gonna willingly. He'll keep doing this charade where he shows up but doesn't really show up
Hmm.
because he wants paid. So it'll take the team telling him to leave the way he still gets paid. I believe. I don't know exact logistics, but like he can't just go home to LA or whatever and still get paid. Like so that be
Yeah.
he won't get paid for the games or whatever. But I mean, it'll just be interesting to see how it ends up. I mean, the Sixers just have to do what's best for them. Like the situation sucks. His trade value went down, and they're like, okay, we can try to. We'll just keep him and try to figure out and try to see what's going. Maybe bring him back. Maybe increase his trade value. Whatever. That didn't work. His trade value has plummeted,
Hmm.
especially after the past couple days. Um, it's they're not going to get a lot in trade, but you got to do what's best for your team. And right now, and it would be a miracle for him to ever be back on the team. I feel like, or for a miracle for him to be back in good graces with the team. I
Hmm.
feel like who knows how this will go, but it's the Sixers have been preparing for this, but all of the fan base should probably prepare for. He's not going to be here this season, and you're not going to get a star player in the contract. I feel like,
Hmm.
and you're just gonna have to roll with who you got, make the best out of the season. Still have Embiid, still got Harrison, still got some nice young pieces, so this team can still be good. But
Yeah.
expectation maybe just, I mean, it's just gonna be a tough situation. I mean,
Hmm.
Joel Embiid one of the best players in the game. Like, I like their young guard. Quick side. Oh, we'll talk about this later, but like in the get into the game preview, but like it's just gonna be an interesting situation. Hope it works out for both sides, but the Sixers overall Sixers just set up and they were just ready to play. And yeah, let's just I don't know if you got any more thoughts on the go for, but yeah, like and we're just ready to watch the basketball too.
Yeah.
We're excited for the season.
So moving uh over to the game preview segment. So you want to start? You want to do the two Memphis and Philly game, or
Yeah, we
or
can we just want to do tonight's games first. Just kind of go in chronological order.
okay?
We got two games, and then because both our teams play Wednesday, so we can do
Hmm.
tonight's game first. I feel like. Um, but yeah, Bucks Nets is the first one. Oh man, that's going to be good. Yeah, all
Hmm.
the Kyrie Irving drama's kind of been gone with all this Ben Simmons stuff heating up. I haven't talked
Yeah,
about Kyrie in like a week. I haven't heard anything.
I'm
No, like,
I'm I'm unfortunately gonna have to miss that game because I have football during the game.
oh dang, that's tough. I mean,
So,
it's gonna be a great game.
but I'll be able to catch the second game.
That's good. That's good. But
Yeah.
like Bucks Nets, I mean, Eastern Conference. They played in semifinals last year. That playoff series was so good. I
Hmm.
wasn't able to watch a lot of it, but I was able to watch I was able to watch Game 7 actually. The overtime. Oh my goodness. That just the way that game ended. The big shots, like good defense, like every like the superstars, like just the environment in that arena. Like these are, I think these are the best two teams in the NBA right now.
Hmm.
Both conferences. Like this is the matchup, and oh my gosh, like this could be a special rivalry brewing for the next couple of years in Eastern Conference.
When I'm trying to look at their schedule. When do they meet again?
No clue. They probably play 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? They I don't think they play on Christmas, but they probably have some big
Actually,
rivalry.
looking at their schedule, two games to keep an eye on is Golden State at Brooklyn on November 16th and Devin Booker and the Suns travel to Brooklyn on the 27th of November.
Okay, so like they're gonna be
Yeah,
tested. And, like with all these teams, like those teams, like Warriors and Suns, are gonna be big time like teams. So
yeah.
like for tonight's game specifically, Bucks Nets, it's like it's just it's always a weird like to see how NBA champion teams perform to start the season.
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of times they struggle a little bit. Not struggle, but not on the first game. Usually the first game, all that
Yeah.
excitement from like getting your ring ceremony, like just a whole celebration in that arena with the fans, like it's like you usually have that extra juice and
Hmm.
it's I mean they're gonna be ready to roll from the get go in that game. So like I don't know, because the Bucks aren't a team that really rests their key guys in the regular season either. Like they're ready to roll. And they're like they go hard to win every game. And I like some of the additions they made. Like I really like they got Bobby Port. They brought Bobby Portis back somehow. Like he took a
Hmm.
major discount. Like he could have gotten a lot of money I think somewhere. I don't even know what he signed for yet, but he could have got 10 million per year at least. I don't think he got close to that. So like, and then they got Grayson Allen from Memphis in a really good trade. I mean, they traded a couple seconds and Sam Merrill for him. So like, that's a team as a contender, like championship team. You make that 100% of the time. It works on both sides, but like they have depth. They improved it by getting Grayson Allen, and like the Bucks are really ready to go. And like from the Nets perspective, their depth. I have a lot of concerns about their depth. I really like the addition of Patty Mills,
Hmm.
but over the course of the regular season, if you're, but like in a potential playoff series, having Patty Mills off the bench for you is that's going to be massive.
Hmm.
I'm super excited for that. Any like, what player are you most looking at in this matchup for tonight?
I would say the Greek Freak and Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton, like those two,
Yeah.
like both those guys, like they really they've been motivated. Like their story is so cool. Like Chris Middleton came over from Detroit. Like maybe it might have been the year Giannis got drafted. I mean, they've been teammates for like 7 or 8 years
Hmm.
now, or something like that. And like they like when they started, I remember it's funny little meme, but like they were the two lowest rated players on NBA 2K, like 13 or something. Like they were the
Hmm.
two apparently the two worst players in the NBA. But like they just continue to get better. And now Giannis is arguably the best player. Middleton's a really damn good player too. Like I'm not getting into rankings too much. Like he's a special player. And then like you talk about what Drew Holiday did in the playoffs last year. Like that man in the playoffs is special. Like having a on-ball go defender like that, there are very few guys who can defend like he can. Like not there are probably only a handful of guards who really get after it like he does. Like the two that really come to mind. There might be others, so don't feel slighted. I forgot your favorite player, anybody, but Patrick Beverly and Marcus Smart were kind of the other two that kind of popped in my head. I don't know if anybody else did that to you, but like what Drew Holiday does on the defensive end, I remember I was talking to some friends about it actually a while back. But like when he was on the Pelicans, that little playoff run they went on, like Drew Holiday and the playoffs is nasty, and he was shaky offensively at times. Don't get me wrong, but, like his defense and playmaking, like he is so big time for this team, and that is third option, the point guard, like that is exactly what they needed.
Yeah. Even though I won't be able to see the game, I definitely keep an eye on the score and the stats, and I think it's going to be a great game. And I got a feeling it might head into extra time and overtime, and
It's
I
going
feel
right down to the wire. So
yeah, I'm feeling a game-winning shot by KD.
KD's out. Okay, so you picking Nets then?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like Kevin Durant, like we talked. Let's talk about him real quick, and then I'll do my pick. So like we talked about the Bucks aspect a lot, and like coming off championship team, whatever. But like Kevin Durant, like that dude, if he was like an centimeter, his toe was on the line, or the Nets beat the Bucks in the playoffs, man. Like he was that close to beating the Bucks. And then the Bucks and it didn't happen. The Bucks won in overtime. I believe there was regulation. I don't remember the exact moment, but like it didn't wasn't a three. Bucks win in overtime, I think, and they win a title. That's the history. Like little, like it's really game of inches. Like we say that about football, but it's going to be neck and neck between these teams all season long.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter where they finish in the standings, I think they're the two best teams in the league. But like it's going to be special. Like KD and James Harden, the best duo in the league. I feel like, yeah, I think I can confidently say that. Like these two are special, top 7, 8 players. I don't know, but like two elite superstars. And even without Kyrie, they're a clear contender. I really like Joe Harris, Claxton, and Kevin Durant's got something to prove. A lot of people think he wins MVP this season, and it wouldn't shock me at all. But like Kevin Durant's gonna be big time. But for me personally, I'm picking the Bucks to win tonight. I really think that I just think they're going to come out ready to play. I really what Coach Mike Budenholzer did last season. He really got this team rolling, and like he was big time. But like I remember, a lot of people thought he should have been fired before last season, and I was one of them. If they would have lost to the Nets, he wouldn't have lost his job, but there would have been a lot of questions. But instead, he's a champ and he's their coach for life, basically. But yeah, I got the Bucks tonight. Super exciting matchup to start the season. You got the two best teams going at it. Played in playoff last year. Extra motivation. Like it's gonna be a special game. But I got the
Bucks. So continuing on tonight's slate, the West Coast game, the late game, LeBron and the Lakers against Steph Curry and the Warriors. I do see the Lakers winning by at least a double digits. I just think that LA is much stronger than this Warriors team, and I think that it's a no-brainer that LA is going to come into this game tonight and dominate from start to finish. And I think that it might be a tight game in the first half, but I think the Lakers will just completely dominate in the second half. And having LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook, I think that they're gonna put a stamp down and get their first win of the season.
So, so I feel like so you do think the Lakers play well tonight, then?
Yeah.
Because I mean, can't take too much in the preseason, but they were atrocious. But
Hmm.
I feel like, how do you think? Because Westbrook and LeBron getting all of them together for like they, I just don't because it takes so long. The past couple of seasons, it's taken Westbrook a couple months to really get going. But when he's gotten going, he's clearly been the All Star himself. I don't think he's got recognized with it, but like late season in Houston 2 years ago, and then last year in Washington and towards the playoffs, but like he carried them into the postseason. So like early on in the season, he really struggled. So I don't know what kind of rust we're getting tonight. I feel like
Hmm.
that's a major question mark surrounding his team. And LeBron, I don't know. The Lakers, I don't see them throwing off hot tonight. I think they're gonna struggle. The big three, putting them together. We'll see what Anthony Davis can do. I mean, the Warriors have nobody that can go big. Like
Hmm.
he should score. I mean, they'll probably throw Looney at him, I guess. But Davis should score as many points as he wants. He should hit 40. Like they should feed him. Force feed Davis tonight. Like in a potential playoff series, people have been talking about Golden State, the team that can win it all. And who knows? Maybe they'll get to that level. I don't see it right now, but playoff series, who knows? But they don't have someone that can guard Davis. Like Anthony Davis would absolutely cook, or he should cook in a playoff series, and he should do that tonight. And he should be able to carry them to the win. But I don't know what the Lakers are doing with their. Have you heard what their starting line's going to be? I could look it up real quick. I don't know if they've announced it yet.
I'm not sure.
I have a quick peek, but I'm guessing he'll start at the 4 and then slide to the 5.
Hmm.
But I've also seen they might start Mello and have AD at the 5. But shooting guard, it sounds like you're going Wayne Ellington, if I had to guess.
Hmm.
But yeah, who knows what they're gonna go with? They could start Dwight, but yeah, they have a lot of options for lineup wise. But I just think the Lakers are gonna struggle. Westbrook will turn the ball over 7 or 8 times. Um, and I love Russ, but I just think they're gonna struggle a little bit. And
Hmm.
outside of the big three, I don't. I mean, we talk. Every team has this issue except the Bucks, and that's probably one. That's a big reason why they won the title last year. Depth is a major concern for these teams. And like the Bucks had depth issues last year, but they had a couple guys off the bench and they were big time. Bobby Portis, dang, they still had Connaughton at that. I sorry, I can't remember Connaughton. They had a couple in there. I believe it was Connaughton still. I believe they had
Hmm.
him last season. So like they depth issues like and these like the Lakers and Nets have a lot of older guys who could provide that role, but there's none that you can like really rely on. I feel like, and that's a major issue. Like the Lakers are starting Wayne Ellington as shooting guard. Like he hasn't done one past couple seasons. That's a major question mark for them. I feel like. I mean, we have till the trade deadline mid February or something like that. Yeah, a few months to really address this issue, figure out what you need. So like all these things will get better. But I just think the Lakers are going to struggle tonight. And even without Clay Thompson, I have the Golden State Warriors winning on the road. Or I think it's on the road. Maybe I'm wrong. Where is this
Uh,
game happening, man?
it
If it's if, it,
is.
if it's in if it's at Golden State, I'm very confident it is. It is in LA, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, so it is in Staples Center.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'll go with Golden State. Yeah, I think Steph Curry plays really well tonight. I think they'll
Hmm.
struggle to defend him. And one thing, quick side note before we move on to our teams, but I'm really excited. I'm sure you as well to see the young guys on Golden State. So much talk about Curry and Clay come back at some point. Draymond, like
Hmm.
Wiggins will be big, but like I'm really excited to see the young guys. James Wiseman, what kind of step forward could he take? What kind of role will he have? But us being big college basketball guys, I'm sure you're excited to see Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody. Will they have
Hmm.
any role on this team? And I'm honestly have no idea. I've heard some thoughts they might not play at all. They could be in the G League at times. Like I'm hoping they need to find a way to get these two development rolling somehow without like hurting the team. So I'm really excited to see what kind of role these guys have.
Yeah. So that's the we'll get into tomorrow night's games between the Sixers and Pelicans, and your Grizzlies against I forget who they're playing.
I honestly don't even remember. I wrote it down on the sheet. I think it's is it the Cavs?
Yeah, Cavs. Yeah,
Is it the Cavs? Okay,
yeah.
bad. I couldn't even remember.
So to start off, I think the Sixers being at New Orleans without Zion, I think they win that game pretty easily.
They should. You would think
Yeah,
so.
I mean, without Ben Simmons, they still have Tyrese Maxey, and I got a big feeling he's going to be a big part of tomorrow's game, and yeah, they have.
Sorry to interrupt, but
Oh,
Shake Milton, he's injured, isn't he?
I don't think so.
He's okay. He is
He's
going to play tomorrow. I know hasn't he been down something?
he's in the starting rotation.
He is going to start tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know. I thought he was injured. Maybe that was a couple weeks ago.
It's yeah, it's him, Tobias, Embiid, Korkmaz,
And then is it
and Denny Green.
Danny Green? Do they still have that story, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. He'll be big. But yeah, having him off the bench, him and Maxey. I mean, you got a little bit. And then you have Drummond back up there. Like they got some pieces. One matchup I'm super excited for in that one. Joel Embiid against Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah.
Jonas has been in Memphis the past couple years. Jonas is a 20 and 10 guy every single night.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are two of the best low post scorers in the game, maybe the two best. I don't think that's a hot take. I think they're the two best low post scorers in the game. Two great rebounders. Embiid's a much better defender, but Valanciunas he became serviceable on that end. Defending inside, he's just solid enough. Like that matchup is going to be special, I think. Like Valanciunas, like both those guys could drop 30 on each other without blinking. Like Embiid's that. I mean, we've seen Embiid do it a lot, but Valanciunas, the way he can score inside is really, really special. So, like, yeah, we got. But I really like. You talked about Maxey. I think Maxey will be big, and I just really like the depth that the Sixers. I mean, not the, but like the young guards and pieces that they have. Just the role player that they have. Some will be starting line, some will be off the bench. I really like what they have. But a little bit from the Pelicans side. I mean, losing Lonzo Ball, it's not ideal, but it's a weird situation. I don't love the construction of that team, but I mean, they have some talent, so they should be in the playoff push. I mean, they're a decent team. So, I mean, Sixers are going to have to play some good basketball to win. But if they could get the offense going through Embiid, and they should be able to roll with it. So, really excited to see what they do. But I think we're good. I think Sixers win that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the Cavs and Grizzlies tomorrow night as well. I think the Grizzlies have a big chance to really dominate that game because the Cavs are really young, and I'm not seeing them beating John Morant and the Grizzlies. And I think that Memphis has a big offensive team, and it's 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 definitely gonna be a great game for them to start the season off because it's gonna be a very easy win for them, and I think that it's gonna be it's gonna be cool to see.
I agree. I think the Grizzlies should win. Like we got Jalen. Without Dylan Brooks being out a couple weeks start season hurts, but we should be fine. Like having his shot making ability, It could
Mhm.
cost us a couple games, but like with Jaren Jackson being back, we should the volume shooter. We'll have that guy. It's just in a different way. So we should be good there. We'll be able to manage it at least. But like the Cavs, they have nice pieces, Sexton, Garland. I'm interested to see what Evan Mobley does in his debut. That'll be really exciting to see. Him and Jaren are kind of similar players in some ways, different strength, but similar frame, similar skill set offensively. I feel like they can really go at each other well. So I want to see how much they match up against each other and what kind of role Mobley has. But he's not. I don't think he's expected to start for like really play. He had minutes, close games. We'll see. But super excited to see that matchup. But the Grizzlies should be able to take care of business tonight or tomorrow night. And I think Ja will be big time. I think he's much better played than Darius Garland, and I think he'll show that tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very great start to the season. Uh, and I'm excited to do another episode recapping tonight's and tomorrow's games with you, Chris. And I'm definitely looking forward to also previewing the weekend games as well.
Oh yeah, we got some great games coming up.
Yeah, especially Friday night in South Philadelphia, Brooklyn against Sixers on ESPN, which is going to be a
Oh yeah, that'll be.
very entertaining game. And uh, this has been episode number 3 of Hoop Talk Fanatics, and have a good day.